into game number 1 for Group B, RSG Philippines versus See You Soon. And you guys mentioned your thoughts on the team compositions. I gotta say, See You Soon does need to end this quick because RSG Philippines are masters at dragging games out and bringing it to their advantages, and they do have some good scaling potential here for this composition.
Yeah, whereas from the side of Soon, they don't have any scaling potential whatsoever. I mean, if you compare it to RSG, right? Because they have Aqua, let's say, on the Kogura, who will definitely scale in terms of her burst, as well as Amon, obviously, on the Beatrix. So they are sticking to that double mage meta that they are very accustomed to. But oh my god, it hits!
That's, yeah, I mean, Light's going to be on point with these iron hooks, so they got to watch out for that, right? And unfortunately, not enough really follow-up to get that. That could have been some type of early first blood, but right now, I got to say, See You Soon has to be careful with the way that they play around this. They really need to buy time for Sensei. He does have the jungle emblem, right? But look at Light once again, doing what Francos do best. Whoever picks them, they get right in the face here of their enemy junglers.
Well, that's the idea. They want to keep on doing this, and man, he's going to die here. There's nothing you really do against the Hilda and Demon Kite. He has to prioritize his EXP over his laners because he's not going to be effective until he hits that level 4. So it was all about that timing.
Interesting, yeah. So it's okay. So Ember, yeah, Ember in the mid lane on this Angelina, right? And then the Angela, and then we have Lilia in the gold lane. So I'm thinking here, Emin's gonna have a very difficult, just kind of laning phase, if you will, and he's got to be able to find time to farm up, right? So I don't know if RSG Philippines wants to babysit kind of that lane, take care of him, or just say, Emon, you do your best, and we'll bring it into the mid to late game.
I love this. I mean, for the moment, it does seem like RSG, they are trying to look for whatever they can get. They are starting this turtle. But with the way that See You Soon has been playing, it's definitely going to be contested. But for the moment, it does fall into the hands of RSG. And interestingly enough, it's going to be interesting because See You Soon is actually leading in terms of economy.
I think See You Soon at this stage of the game, they don't really have to do too much except wait for RSGPH to make a mistake. Like, if somebody takes a good trade in lane, and especially since they're playing top side heavy, they can make a decision of, hey, we can make an executive decision, start looking for these early invades, and maybe catch somebody off. We're prioritizing for Iman, but we want to catch Light off as soon as possible.
But in a way, it feels like See You Soon has a timer, right? They need to end this as soon as possible, though.
That's true.
And right now, here comes the Bloody Hunt. Look at the burst damage coming out here from Aqua as he grabs a kill. Evens it out 1-1 here. RSG Philippines finding Boxy.
Oh, I like these rotations coming in from RSJPH. Like, especially since Beatrix, okay, you're not going to be able to make it a top wave in time, so just take your time, switch your weapons, clear up that mid wave, and let's focus on the macro play. And RSGPH is playing this really, really well. I'm not sure what See You Soon can do, how they are going to force a situation out of RSGPH unless they are utilizing this combo, which I think they might do right here with the Ling and Angela.
Yeah, Light waiting patiently in the bush, Emon there as well. Again, this is what I've said, like, do you park Light up there so that Emon can have a little bit better time to farm? You know, meanwhile, Naps and Felix going here 1-1-1. Look at the damage here coming out from this Dairoth pick. Comes in, has to flicker out to survive. What? That's going to be a kill though. Ra goes down, but in the meantime, the response, Light is also taken out of the picture. 3 members of RSG looking for a kill here in the bottom. Tempest Blade's going to be popped. Should be able to survive off that, but that is an ultimate committed.
To be honest, I like the way that See You Soon drafted, but in the way that they actually put the Angela in the mid lane, kind of denies them what they were trying to do, right? Like, their winning condition for the side of See You Soon is, okay, go aggressive in the early game, get as many picks, get as many objectives as possible, and try to finish it as soon as possible. But that requires really good rotations. And the problem is, because Angela is so slow on that wave clear, I don't think that they can implement what they were trying to do in the first place, and RSG has actually come out on top here in the 5th minute of the game. I mean, look at that. Another turtle to RSG.
They're playing it slow and steady, and they can keep on doing this until See You Soon are going to dry up, and RSG have scaled enough into this game to really not hold back their punches. And macro-wise, yep, there we go. Another catch so easily brought out by Light. He finds another one to make it easy for Aqua, and as well as Iman as well. I think that top side of the map is completely gone. RSGPH in the driver's seat.
There you go, right? And now it's focusing on Sensei, but he's going to be fine. Going back to your point, Gideon, this is exactly what I was saying, right? Park Light up there for a little bit, give that advantage there to Emon. Now he's pretty much he's free coasting up there in the top lane, so he's fine. Look at the damage burst they have, and check out the itemization. It's early on, 5 minutes in. How's the items looking?
It's looking great. I mean, Iman, he died, he got dove. It's like, all right, I stayed a little bit too soon, but now I'm walking away with some swift boots and as well as a BOD. What are you going to do about it? And especially for Lilia, who gets attack time and time again. That's on bot side, though.
That's actually going 2 versus 1 here for quite a while, but he's not going to be able to do much against that Angeling combo. They find a pick here, so that could start something for See You Soon, but meanwhile in the mid lane, RSG looking for a setup here, gonna miss the Iron Hook just barely. Rest of the team here now too, they're gonna have to be careful about this one.
Yeah, because like on paper, I thought that Ra would be able to burst down the Beatrix, but the way that they're actually playing around that is huge, and she's actually winning in lane. I mean, they lost a turret, they're already in that top side. I just gotta say, I think the Hilda pick for the side of See You Soon was just a little too greedy. I understand that they maybe picked it up to deny that pick away from RSG, because like as we all know, when we see a lane, we usually choose a Hilda to try and counter that, right? But it's just too much, and it's not working well for them now.
Demonkai right now going to be the focus here. He could be in trouble, getting quite low. There you go. Boxy finding a kill on the RSG Philippine Demon Kite as he's taken down here. But meanwhile, they're still making plays around the map. They've got the space and the gold lead. Another turtle going to be up. They find another lockdown here. This is Light once again with the Bloody Hunt. And now the focus. Boxy has the Heart Guard with him. Can he actually find one on Light? Oh, the flicker into the turret, but not enough just yet. Look at the damage coming out from Iman. He's got to reload. Ooh. Ember takes the shot there. Here comes Aqua. Gets the combination off, and now Boxy's in trouble as he falls. Nav's now working on Ra. Doesn't have the black shoes and taken down. They're falling apart here. RSG Philippines going to back off here now. Sensei has to be careful. RSG Philippines looking for a turret where they can find one.
4 people from the side of See You Soon were taken down, traded for 0. So that was insane. I mean, the way that RSG Philippines are able to maneuver in that particular team fight, they're responding super quickly. They're just really on synergy, on point right now. And See You Soon, they're looking in shambles. And I guess the only way that they can do this is to, you know, split push, right? That's one of the main things that I like about Link. If it doesn't work out with the way that you initially planned it, you still have plan B. You still have the ability to kind of have that pressure on the map to take out these turrets one by one.
Yeah, and I mean, I think every little bit of gold at this stage of the game, especially for the mid game, is going to make a significant difference, right? I mean, one big team fight where another team completely aces their opponents, that's going to get you roughly around, you know, 4 to maybe even 5k swing in their favor of positive gold. And See You Soon, they're in that danger zone, right? One really bad fight could set them so far behind.
I mean, we're already talking about a 4k gold difference here, right? 8 minutes in. I don't think they're in any terms of actually being able to try to contest the first lord of the game, as now RSG Philippines is going to be taking another tier 2 turret here in the bottom. And they could just continue to make space. Light's not even going to land those hooks. Sensei going to go ahead and push the top like Eterna mentioned. This is the best thing he can do right now. Go ahead, try to get some gold, push the waves, force a little bit of pressure so you force Navs up there. But meanwhile, RSG Philippines, look at the damage coming out from the bush. Boxy could be in trouble. Heart Guard's going to be committed here on a Boxy. This could be information that RSG Philippines might want to play around here. Now the Lord is going to be up.
Oh, come on, the way that RSG is able to just bait all these very important resources away from See You Soon, minutes away before they're starting that Lord, it's just so insane to watch. The way that they're controlling the game from the get-go, the way they're controlling the space, it's so difficult to see You Soon being able to come back from this. You mentioned earlier this is the best that they can do. For me personally, I feel like this is the only thing that they can do.
Yeah, they are just running out of options here. They're trying to get the purple. They can somewhat secure it for now, but it's just a small victory to a very slow, inevitable death for RSGPH, who, again, they're just not giving See You Soon a lot of space, but also, let's keep in mind that they're not giving See You Soon a lot of information. Every single time they walk up, instantly, you either see one person, he disappears, gone, the rest of the team is already making some money moves elsewhere on the map.
Honestly, this is just standard gameplay from RSG Philippines, and if you notice, like, every single role here is just executed to what they call it in the Philippines is pretty much that Coach Panda's puzzle. This is now also Coach G's puzzle here that we're seeing from RSG Philippines. And the gold lead is continuing to grow here. Itemization is going to be a huge concern. Believe they have the push here for RSG Philippines. Lord's going to be marching down the bottom lane as they continue to get objectives around the map. So as you can see, RSG Philippines in quite the driver's seat here.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we missed too much here overall. They're just going to start pushing in for these inhibitor turrets. I don't think they're going to greed out considering how RSGPH has been playing so controlled and to a degree passively. But again, there's so much threat with that hook.
I like that Eterna mentioned, you know, the Hilda pick here for Siasoon, because I feel like really they haven't been able to utilize that the way that they wanted to. And this is kind of what we're seeing, right? We talked about Siasoon's composition, the heroes that they chose to go with, and the potential to actually even come back in this game. Is it there? I mean, Eterna, now that you've said that with Hilda, do you think they can have some form of saving grace?
I mean, I love the Hilda pick if you're leading, but when you're like conditioned in a way that you're just stuck in your base, I mean, basically asphyxiated by your opponent, it's kind of difficult to see what kind of impact that the Hilda can do, knowing that Light will always be there on standby to be able to, you know, punish you if you go in for like a crazy engage.
I mean, right now you can see the threat level of Light as he just sits there. Now that's going to be quite a bit of damage going out to Boxy. Has to actually have the Heart Guard here to be okay. So again, these are some nice resources that RSG Philippines getting committed from Siasoon as they go ahead and crack open the entire base of Siasoon. It's completely exposed, and now they just have to find the right picks or moments.
I don't know what right picks or moments could actually make a difference in this particular scenario, right? Like, I mean, let's say, for an example, that Siasoon is able to fight Iman one more time, right? How are they going to deal with someone like Iman or specifically Nats? Look at that damage! They're just finding it time and time again.
That's going to be the moment for RSG Philippines. Again, you guys were talking about the power of the Flicker and the Bloody Hunt, and that's exactly what just happened. RSG Philippines now clearing all the waves here of the minions. There's not going to be much. Nice Iron Hook once again coming out from Light. And RSG Philippines taking member after member of Siasoon down before they work on the base, taking game number 1.
Wiped out for RSG there in game number 1, and that was just so explicitly well done by them.